Welcome back. Last time, we got a star, lost it, and then got it again. And that's going to be the last star that we see for quite a while. So, I'm back in the Mushroom Kingdom, which I know is a totally different place from where I was in the last video, but I wanted to show off a couple of Easter eggs that everybody probably already knows about, but here you go, here's Samus. I'm resting up for Mother Brain. Not while I'm here, you're not. But yeah, that's kind of cool. Also, not really an Easter egg, but I guess something else that I could show off. You see this toad here. If you carefully navigate him to this corner of the room, as you can see, I am not able to jump high enough to reach this hidden treasure chest. So if I had missed it earlier, I still couldn't use this method to get there. And I don't know why. You can do that on the Switch, just not this version. It's like his hitbox is very slightly shorter than the one that you jump on that runs across the hallway at the beginning of the game. Don't know why. Also, random little insignificant detail here that I noticed. Look at Mario's sprite. Here, 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 here. All of that's normal, but right here, the bottom 2 pixels of 2 of his 4 animation frames are cut off at the bottom and slightly misaligned. And that only happens, apparently, after the Kero sewers are unlocked. It doesn't happen whenever you see this space before that. So I don't know what's up there. Just a little oversight by, I guess, Square when they were developing the game. Which I don't blame them for, because who would notice that unless they play this game a lot? Cough, cough. Anyway, the last Easter egg that I wanted to show before continuing is not these eggs here, but this Yoshi. So, baby Yoshi, we'll talk to normal Yoshi. Speaking of weird sprite inconsistencies, I guess. Mario on Yoshi looks normal here. Normal basically every direction except this. Mario's eyes are in front of Yoshi's eyes. Not that it matters, you don't really notice that whenever you're just running around. So I have done the honors of feeding this Yoshi 27 cookies so far. And I've been doing that by talking to this Yoshi here, this salmon-colored Yoshi. Look how he eats! He's gonna be a giant someday! Wait a sec, you don't have any cookies. Well, since Yoshi got everyone to race again, I'll give you mine as a reward. Here, take them. Got 3 cookies. I've just been kind of repeatedly talking to this Yoshi after feeding this one. Just kind of talking and then feeding 3 at a time. So, once you give him 30 cookies, we're gonna get to 30 once we feed him 3 more. This part looks unfinished, by the way. This looks like a debug thing that they didn't fix. But, alright, you feed him 3. Yoshi feeds baby Yoshi like a bird feeds its young. Just going... Now, this doesn't happen right in front of you. You have to either leave the area and come back or do a race that reloads the area. And now that baby Yoshi has eaten 30 cookies, he is Big Yoshi. Or Chub. And he makes a funny noise. I don't know what it is about, like, cartoon characters basically being turned into parade balloons. That's just inherently funny. But I don't think people really talk about Big Chungus anymore, but that's basically the Big Chungus of Yoshis. It's just a very memeable thing. So now we are finally back to where we were at the end of the previous video. And to advance the plot, we go to Seaside Town to talk to the Elder. Mario, if it's a star that you're looking for, I may be able to help you. At the far side of Land's End is a town made up of reformed monsters. A mouse came by the other day, and I overheard him boasting about a star of theirs. I don't know where exactly this town is located, but if you follow the road, you'll get there. And that opens up a new spot on the map. Speaking of reformed monsters, by the way, the last movie that I saw in theaters was The Bad Guys 2. Which, I mean, oh, hold on. This is a surprise. I can talk about Bad Guys 2 while I'm doing this, but... Okay. What I want to do first... I think I'll just wait for Mallow, actually. As you can see, normal attacks don't hurt this invisible being. But if I use Thunderbolt, this should work. Use a special attack, 0 damage. Duh! And now we have this. Mokura here can appear randomly anywhere in Land's End, just about anywhere, and is a secret boss fight. So I'm surprised that this happened so early. But, yeah, here we go. Not a difficult boss, mind you. But nonetheless... yeah, we're just going to be fighting this cotton candy cloud for a little while. I'm a little bit worried about Mario's health. I'm going to give him... I'll let Mario, or I'll let Mallow give him the mid-mushroom, actually, I think. That would be fine. So, anyway, Bad Guys 2. I really liked it. You probably already know, or you might already know at least, that I'm a big fan of the first movie. Kind of my opinion of the first Bad Guys movie is it might be the most fun movie that I've ever watched. I could probably watch it 5 times in a row and not get sick of it. And how many movies can you say that about? I could probably say that about all of the other Reindeer as a kid, because I watched that movie probably at least 100 times, which is the reason I have quoted it earlier on in this very LP, actually. But, yeah, I mean, that was back then, and this is now, so it's harder to capture my interest with a movie like that now. I'm not all just, ooh, pretty colors. Except I'm maybe a little bit pretty colors, because that movie is a very pretty one to look at. The Bad Guys, I mean. But yeah, 2, I feel like, was basically more of the same. Ooh, that was big damage, jeez. Didn't realize that was even a thing. I don't think special attacks actually work as well on this guy, so I'm going to keep doing normal attacks. Probably should have... I'll do mid-mushroom again. I don't feel bad about using these up. The opening scene of the movie, the opening car chase, is probably my new favorite car chase that I've ever seen in a movie. It's just so dang good. And then there's, to me, kind of a weaker climax, but that's okay. Like, I think it's a good blend of things that I like slightly more, things that I like slightly less. It all evens out to me liking it just as much. Although I went to see it with my dad, and surprisingly, to me at least, I'll go back and get that treasure chest later. Surprisingly to me, he liked it a lot more than the first. So, I don't know, I think... I kind of suspect that he just likes any movie where the characters go into space, because he also really enjoyed Sonic the Hedgehog 3. It's pretty cool. But yeah, that's my assumption. That's my theory. Oh boy. I don't really blame myself for forgetting where this video would be in the previous one. I was like, I don't know what's going to happen next time, and yeah, it's because this might be the least memorable part of the game to me. I don't want to call it filler, it just feels kind of off. But I couldn't tell you why it feels kind of off, because the whole game feels off. So it's not like this should be any different particularly. These enemies are probably going to be kind of annoying, so I will fight them. Fink Flower. Rat Fink. So, is the idea that that enemy has 2 lips? Is that the joke? Why wouldn't it be called Tulips, then? Alright, B.
B. This is B.
I don't actually know what that's a quote from, so I shouldn't quote it. I've watched too many of Big Up on a Bus's videos, so... there are some random things that he says from time to time where I just don't know their origin. So we have this. Welcome to the Sky Bridge. That doesn't look like much of a bridge. It's a big tourist attraction around here. Yahoo! Exciting! Yeah! Want to challenge it? Not really, but... I have kind of forgotten how this works. You can cross the Sky Bridge in 1 of 3 ways. However, if you fall at any time, you lose. Normal course, make it across by jumping. Special course, blocks will fall if your time runs out. Expert course, they will fall and the jumps are harder. I also believe that there are, yeah, bullet guys. Not bullet bills, bullet guys. Alright, we're experts. Let's do this. Oh man. Oh well, I'm not too upset by this. In fact, we can just go right to the top again by talking to the the mage again. I don't know what they are. It's like the characters who would go on to be Merlin, Merlovely, all of them in Paper Mario games. So here, we have this secret. The bullet bills are gonna be making noise the whole time. Great. So once the cloud appears, you jump. That did not look like it should have worked, but there you go. We jump, and now we're in this cave, mysteriously. Obviously this is optional, because who would find this? Gonna avoid all the enemies, because I'm not too concerned about that. Just showing this off because it exists. This is a very imposing cave. Very imposing cave music. And now we're back in Kero Sewers. And that's how you get that treasure chest, or at least that's the real way that you get that treasure chest. So, there you go, I guess. Gonna take a little while to navigate back, so I guess in the meantime I will talk about what I've been doing lately. As of now, I really haven't been doing a whole lot lately. In the past couple days, I've mostly been watching... I've just been on kind of a movie craze, because I got curious about... This is an interesting... Okay, wait, hold on. What are these enemies called? Chewy. Sure. Keep your distance, but don't look like you're trying to keep your distance. Yeah, but my dad and I were having a conversation. We're currently batching it, because my mom is helping her sister move. And... yeah, I'm really not concerned about the whole bullet bill thing. If you don't bother with the challenge, then you can just jump across these in a very scripted way. You don't have to worry about aiming or anything. Hold on, what's the mouse? Hello, mouse. Haven't been here in a while. I've been busy traveling around. Where are you heading? Is it Monstro Town by any chance? Holy crap, what are odds? That's such a coincidence. It's not like this is a video game or anything. Okay, listen up. Look for the whirl where the ant pops up and proceed after it. That's quite a series of words. Keep following it and you'll find your way underground. Once there, Monster Town, etc., etc. Alright. That's fine. These are the whirls he was talking about. What is this? I don't actually know what's this direction. Well, I will say this is usually where I end up finding Mokura whenever I'm looking for Mokura. It just happened that we found him a lot faster this time. I don't know that it particularly matters where you come across the... where you reach the ants in the whirls. You just have to find them wherever. And if I'm wrong about that, then future me can tell you. But yeah, my dad and I were having a conversation, and we ended up watching a movie that neither of us had seen. We watched Unbreakable, because I'd heard a number of things about Unbreakable, and I just felt like it's one of those movies that I should watch, and I was interested in watching, because it had kind of an interesting premise. And it's an M. Night Shyamalan film, and prior to that, the only M. Night Shyamalan films that I had seen, I believe in this order, were The Last Airbender, which, that's a great start, right? And then The Sixth Sense. Now, The Last Airbender was a very memorable experience for me personally watching it, because I think I had kind of a unique experience with it that nobody else had. Partly because I watched it without having any knowledge of the show beforehand, so I didn't go in with any expectations for it. I wasn't like, ooh, this movie, I hope it's going to be as good as the brilliant show is, and then being severely disappointed to the point of anger. That wasn't my experience. Instead, I honestly found the movie kind of exceptional, but not in the way that you would expect. Kind of giving you a plot twist here, because my experience was essentially... I didn't think the movie was bad, I also didn't think the movie was good. In fact, it was the most neutral I have ever felt watching a movie or experiencing basically anything. Like, my sister and I agreed, because we both went to see it together in the theater, we both agreed that we felt no emotion watching that movie, which seems like a negative thing, but it was almost impressive. Like, I felt nothing positive, nothing negative, no excitement, no boredom. I wasn't left, like, pining for more. I wasn't left thinking, oh man, I'm disappointed. I just felt nothing. Complete emotional flatline, and I didn't think that was possible. Like, even the most middle-of-the-road things, I usually, I usually feel some kind of disappointment that they're not better or something like that, but I just felt nothing, and I felt in awe of how nothing I felt once I was done watching the movie. So, that will always be a very memorable experience for me as, like, the most exceptionally mid thing I have ever witnessed. Oh, Mario's dead. Whoops. Oh, I only have the one pick-me-up. I don't really want to use the pick-me-up. I'll help Mallow out here. I can heal Mario after the fight if the others don't die. Okay, that's fine. But yeah, just talking about M. Night Shyamalan movies now, I guess. We watched Unbreakable, and I really liked Unbreakable. It was a very slow movie, one of the slowest that I feel like I've watched, although that's changed now that I've watched other M. Night Shyamalan movies since then, because a lot of them are really slow, if not all of them. But... oh, this is a bad situation, actually. Okay, I'm gonna pick me up Mario. And we got a freebie. Very lucky. I'm just gonna keep normal attacking. But yeah, Unbreakable is... I think... Tarantino's description of the movie is probably the best that it could have been. Well, like, Tarantino apparently said something like, the movie would have done better if it was marketed as, what if Superman was one of us, and he didn't realize he was Superman? Which is a pretty great concept for a movie. It's much more grounded in reality, or it feels more grounded in reality than other superhero movies that are so, like, big budget, over-the-top action sequences, stuff like that. It's more like just, what if this one guy was way stronger than he should be and had, like, a power that he thinks is normal. And I really appreciated it. And so, since then, I have been watching its sequels, I've been watching other, like, I don't know, it's funny, because I'd heard about the twist, the big twist of The Village before watching it, so I had a different experience watching that movie than most people would as well. And I didn't hate it. I think it was kind of missed potential. I feel like it could have been presented better, but I didn't think it was bad either. It was just kind of like, eh. But yeah, enough of that, I guess. That's been the last couple of days for me, is binging What a Twist movies. Oh gosh, Carney Kiss. Okay, we are almost to the end of Land's End here. I think we should be able to get there by the end of this video. Man, I have been rambling. Come on now. Didn't time that well at all. Let's give it up for this battle music that we have never heard before. Okay, Ultra Jump. That's going to be useful potentially, because Ultra Jump, the trick with Ultra Jump is that it bounces between enemies. Come back! That is the equivalent of Pick Me Up, I believe. Whoa! That is quite the jump. Why is it that Peach can just go up 9 HP in one level? Okay. Going into the whirl where the ant was, and over here, climb here. And you know what just occurred to me? I never noticed that this was an arrow before. I just thought this was a weird, sort of broken sign, but it's definitely an arrow. Huh. Well, here's the mouse. Oh, hello again. Isn't this incredible? Yeah! It really does look like the edge of the world, doesn't it? No, it looks like a cliff. It's too spooky for me. I'm heading back to Monstro Town. See ya! wouldn't want to be ya, except you're Mario, so I think most people would want to be him. I decided to cut out that battle because it wasn't anything that we haven't seen. Bowser's leveling up. And as usual, I'm going to see what level up adds the most. We go into the Whirlpool, or the quicksand, I guess is the better way to put it. And now we're here all of a sudden. We will explore this more next time. See you then, thank you for watching, and here's this.